You already know what time it is. Time for another project. Oh, these are the coolest things ever. Get a couple of these. God, I spent way too much money here. What is up, YouTube? As you can see, we are starting another grow in one of our 3x3s, actually both of our 3x3s. So as you see, I'm picking out some new stuff. I'm changing the layout to the tents from 9 plants, which I thought was a little excessive. And we're going to just 4. So I've taken my irrigation system and I've fixed it up to make it run for 4 pot tents. I apologize again for not posting lately. I know I didn't really do a wrap-up video on my last grow. I had a lot of stuff going on with my day job, plus now my side business that didn't, I could have made time. I'm not going to make you. Everyone always can make time, but honestly, I was having more fun just trimming it and smoking it. That Jack Herrera came out super fire as always. I think that toe-to-toe, it definitely beat my HPS grow indoors, even though my HPS grow had a few more problems. I think it did very, very well. As I've been saying, guys, I've been doing more of the consulting stuff. I've had people reach out to me and design drip systems or just help them spec out a spot. Not that necessarily, I am an expert per se, but I do have a lot of resources at my disposal. Like I've said, I have a lot of friends and, family that have, been into growing or construction. So we've been kind of joining forces and kind of help specking out rooms, helping out with outdoor and greenhouse setups. And it's actually, it's turned into a nice little side gig for us. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'm going to do what we talked about a few videos ago, where we're going to do guest garden visits. I already have a gentleman who I've known for some years, actually, who's going to let us come into his garden. He's got some really cool, he's like me, he likes to tinker and experiment with different ideas. He's got some really cool setup stuff going on, and said that, hey, if we want to come by and do a video, we can. So we're going to be doing that pretty soon. I'm going to be throwing up my link. I'm going to have 2 different websites. So I'm going to have this channel. I'm probably going to open another channel that's going to be centered just around kind of the consulting part. But yeah, that's what we've been doing, guys. It's super exciting. I feel like I'm getting to do 2 things I really like is working with plants, whether, cannabis, other types of plants and horticulture. I love, growing veggies and all that kind of stuff. And I like making things with my hands. So I really feel like I'm getting into something that I really enjoy doing. I can kind of pour my heart into. I love building, the drip systems are a lot of fun to make. They're a lot of fun kind of experimenting and fine-tuning how we want to make them. But I've had a couple people buy some complete setups off me, so I'm probably going to start doing that too, where I offer, I'm going to build custom drip systems for, say, like a 3x3 or a 4x4, and then package it with a tent. If that is something you guys would be interested in, just kind of having a turnkey irrigation setup, so if you're the professional, have a professional job elsewhere and don't want to be mixing newts and stuff every couple days and want to be as hands-off as possible, that would be a great option for you guys. I also just want to take the time to say thank you, give a fat shout out to West Coast Cannabis #1. I know a lot of you guys are here because of him, and LED Grow Light Depot for allowing me to be an affiliate with them, allow me to post links on my videos. And as you guys know, whenever you go and buy a grow light or any equipment from LED Grow Light Depot via the link that I post in my description, I get a little piece of it, which is nice because that really helps fund my other stuff, all these other projects and stuff. I base everything I've been making from that, which isn't isn't a whole lot, but as things get busier and hopefully I'll get more traffic, it will be. I'm allowed to experiment. Let me buy a couple different water pumps and see what the channel's going to like. So I really feel like now, especially since a lot of you have purchased lights through my link, I want to give you all a shout out. You've helped me continue on with what I want to do with this channel and help fund some of my other projects. So I'm going to continue to try to post a little more frequently. Depending on how this other thing goes, I might have to bring in another person to help me out, not necessarily with the grow, but with the other part of the business, so that I have time to still do this channel. If getting growing is something you guys are interested in getting into, whether you're a professional maybe you don't feel like the local hydro stores are super conducive to a more professional business structure. I know we have a really good set of a couple good hydro shops around here that I really like going to. One of them, I'll give them a free shout out, is what do you call them? Why am I blanking on the name of GrowBiz? GrowBiz in Northern California, run by a good group of people. They've always been super chill when I go in there. I don't really tell them that I put this on YouTube or anything like that. But they're a really good group of people, and I really just kind of like how they do business. So shout out to them. But other than that, you guys, I noticed that there's a really big gap in the market as far as the type of clientele that are now getting into growing versus the type of business structure and who they've been catering to. And I'm having a lot of people that are coming to me saying, hey, listen, I go into a hydro shop and I maybe am not getting the best advice or in the way that I want it, and they want more of a professional solution. I'm actually going to be partnering with a lawyer to be able to refer people to cannabis lawyers for different states. But if you guys are looking at speccing out a room or something and you are, hey, I don't know where to start, whether you're growing in a closet or you are growing on a 20-acre property, we have people that can help with that. I'm going to post my other email link if you guys, want to get some professional consulting from me and some other people that have been doing this for, well, my one direct partner's been doing outdoor and greenhouse setup for over 20 years. We can spec you out something, we can go over pricing with you and kind of tell you, we work backwards, right? So you tell us what you're trying to gain weight-wise, and we can reverse engineer that and tell you kind of what you'll need to get started. Or you can tell us, hey, I've got this much to get started, what is my end result looking like? And we can kind of go both ways with it. So if that's something you guys are interested in, hit me up on that email that I'm going to post, and I'll go over pricing with you and let you know what that would run. Other than that, guys, I appreciate all the love. I've gotten a bunch of new subs in the past couple weeks, so I'm going to start the journal up again with the other tent here, and you guys get to see, another 3x3 run, as well as see some other gardens and get some good ideas and maybe what you want to do with your own grows. But yeah, that's it, guys. I just wanted to do a quick check-in. I'll be probably loading the plants into the 3x3. I hate to do a commitment, but I kind of have to. This Sunday, no later than this Sunday, I'm going to have everything loaded in there. I'm going to go over how I've changed the drip system and why. And then we might get our second reservoir for our second tent, and we'll have them on alternating timers. The idea is we want to get something as hands-off as possible to where, if you want to control it either from a distance or just have it set to where you just need to do check-ins once a week, that's kind of ideally what we're going to be shooting for. So give me a shout on there, guys, if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll throw up another video here in the next week or so. All right, guys, have a good one. One final thing I thought I'd just kind of show you actually what these look like. So you guys have seen my rails before. I built a couple of them now. Obviously, they're not super polished, but the idea is that they just drop in, boom, boom, these two, boom, boom, and you've got your rail set up, and then we'll either have a control valve there or one that's over by the actual reservoir itself. I'll show you how it hooks up in the tent. And then here we go in the tent. Pardon me, it's a little dirty. I just need to clean it out here. So we have our feeder tube. We just boom, pop that right into that little hole. And then if we need to change your plant configuration, we just change the rail, boom, plug and play. This will just kind of hang here. So that's kind of how it's going to work out, guys. I got one of my pump set up, so I'm working with a much smaller multi-speed pump. So these are probably what I'm going to use as a baseline for most of them. I'm going to test the pressure to see really what type of gallon per minute we can get. I know it has a rating, and there's like a head height loss on there. So I'm going to figure all that out before I select for sure the type of pump I'm going to use. But I thought I'd just show you guys what these look like. I mean, you guys saw both of these in my tent before. Like I said, I just reconfigured them, so I just need one per tent now. And then obviously I can change them for a 4x4 tent. Whatever configuration I want, I can make it. I just want to make it to where obviously it's a little more polished and put together than this, and something that you can assemble super easily. So that's it, guys. I'll check in with you later.